Hi everyone, welcome to the fourth installment of The Bachelor, but make it The Sims. On the episode last time, we saw Elliot talk to the girls about going on one-on-one speed dates. We saw Lena interrupt those speed dates with her singing many times, and we also saw the dance party. But ultimately, we said farewell to Cecilia, and she made her way out of the Bachelor Mansion. This week, we're starting back in the kitchen with Eve, making up a steak tartare this time. And honestly, Eve has really been surprising me. I mean, she started out with a hot dog suit, so I didn't really know if I was going to be able to take her seriously, but she's really kind of been making her way up to the top in terms of like relationship with the Bachelor, and I think she's really like coming for the other girls, like she's coming for their throats. And so the girls are all, eating lunch, and this afternoon they're going to head to the carnival for their group date. So they're all eating in silence. Tensions have been running kind of high ever since the dance party, and I think they're all really feeling it because they're getting up to the last few women in the house, and the next episode will be going on a pretty big vacation. And so I think they're all kind of feeling anxious as they are fighting for the top spot and really wanting to be that lucky lady who is going to get to be with Elliot long term. So they kind of just enjoyed their lunch in silence until Eve broke that silence with probably some random story about how she even got the hot dog costume. At least that's what I would like to assume. So they're finishing up and about to head to the carnival, which again I think is going to be pretty fun for all of them. So here we are at the carnival. I think this lot is just so cute and I absolutely love it. And I wanted to give all of the ladies a chance to really just get some time to connect with Elliot. So here you can see Elliot and Eve going on the Ferris wheel. And I thought that this would be a great time just for them to kind of connect. And afterwards, he went and played darts with Brianna and Lena. Now, I specifically wanted Brianna and Lena to have to interact together with Elliot because they have so much drama and so much tension. And so I thought that darts would be a pretty good way to kind of elevate their tension between each other and that drama. So here playing first was Brianna, and then Elliot went, and then Lena will go. And as of right now, Brianna is winning, but Elliot is not too far behind. And I think it's funny because darts isn't really like a skill, I don't think, in The Sims at least. I mean, it is in real life. I'm not very good at darts, but I like how it's kind of just random on here as to whether or not they will get any points or even win the game. So there's Lena going, and Brianna is just like carefully watching, hoping that, she doesn't end up beating her score. But it's Lena, so who knows? So afterwards, Elliot decides to ask Stephanie to go on the Lovebirds ride with him. And again, I just think this is such a cute way to use some of the elements from the high school pack. And so here you can see Stephanie and Elliot going on this ride and really getting another chance just to kind of be alone and bond together. And I thought that this was a really cute moment between them. I really wish that you could see inside the rides, but it's okay. I know that they had a good time in there and even, had a little bit of a relationship boost from it. So after the ride, I had them go and take photos in the photo booth because I wanted to see how each of them would look with Elliot. So I had them take photos, and Stephanie and Elliot's came out pretty cute, not perfect, but really adorable. And then I had Brianna go ahead and take a photo with Elliot to see how hers turned out. And Brianna's was honestly also very cute. I mean, how can you get better than that? So I thought that was great. And of course, this made Lena mad, just even having to think about him being in a photo booth with Brianna. But then it was her turn, so she didn't have to wait very long. And honestly, was not impressed by Lena's photo. I mean, what is that? I don't know if she was trying to be cute or funny, but I feel like it just didn't really work in her favor. I mean, especially not for the theme of this show, which is finding love. So Lena, I don't know that she did her best on that one. And then Eve really surprised me. I said this in the beginning, I kind of underestimated her, but I mean, how precious is that photo? Like, I really loved that photo that they took together. So overall, I think the whole photo booth challenge was like a really great one to do because they really all kind of showed their personalities in that, which I just thought was so much fun. And again, such a fun use of this pack. So later on, after the carnival, all the ladies are just hanging out, and Elliot comes in to explain that they will be going on dates, individual dates, and these are rabbit hole dates because I really love this mod by Deep Indigo, and I thought that this would be the perfect time to use it. So Stephanie is the one who gets to go on the first date since they had such a good time at the carnival. And for their date, I chose a comedy show because I just thought it would be a good way for them to kind of have some fun and get to laugh and not have to be as serious as they have been in the past episodes. So while they were out enjoying their date, the other girls stayed in the room and kind of just hung out and argued mostly as tensions rose even more. And when Stephanie and Elliot got back, it was clear that they had a great time, and they even shared a really cute kiss afterwards. I love it. And then it was Eve's turn. For Eve and Elliot's date, I decided to have them go on a dessert crawl because Eve is such a foodie, and I thought that would be really good for her. And back in the house, Brianna and Stephanie actually got into a fight, which I think this was their first fight that they've had. I don't remember seeing them really have any beef before this, and so that was kind of surprising that some of that anger went towards Stephanie as opposed to Lena, but I guess there's always time to start new fights and have new drama in the house. So later, Lena goes off and is talking to some family back home because if you can remember, she had to make a really big decision on whether or not she was going to try to marry for money or stay in the competition, and it is now past the date that she should have chosen by, so she does not get the money and she really is here for love, which is great. And Brianna had to go do some yoga so that she did not fight any of the other girls again in the house before Eve and Elliot got back from their date. And they did also have a really great time at the dessert crawl. I think that it was a really good chance for Eve to get to share something that she really loves with Elliot, and they also shared a kiss after this. So those romance bars are really going up in this episode. And after Eve was Brianna getting to go on her date with Elliot. I didn't get footage of this because the game got super laggy, so my apologies, but they went to an escape room, and while they were at the escape room, the other girls were kind of just hanging out, chilling out by the pool, and getting their tans on. That is until Eve decided to prank Lena and shock her, which ended up actually causing a fight, even though it looked kind of funny in the moment. Lena was definitely not happy about it, and they started fighting. And again, the drama just keeps going up. I didn't know that they had beef like that, but apparently they do. And it continued until Elliot got back from his date with Brianna. Again, they had a good time. I couldn't show the video here because it was so laggy. I think I may have used a little too much CC on her, but it's really hard not to when she's so cute. And then Lena came out because Lena does not know how to give Elliot space when he's with Brianna. So then it was her turn. I chose for her to go on a paint and sip sort of date. So back in the mansion, the girls were just hanging out for the rest of the evening. Stephanie and Eve had a pillow fight because they've become really close during this whole process, even though they're dating the same man. And Lena and Elliot also had a good time. I mean, Elliot has a great time with all of these women. I think that that's always the whole dilemma with the Bachelors. They're just in love with everyone. And so as you can see here, they all have increased their relationships. They've all gained new sentiments. And I think that this will be a really interesting rose ceremony because at this point, like, it really could be any of them going home. And they've all really had an opportunity in this episode to get to know him a little bit more and spend some one-on-one time with him. So now that we're at the rose ceremony, they're all, I say this every time, but they're all feeling different types of ways. Some of them are excited and confident. Others, seem a little bit more nervous and down. But Elliot has made his decision, and his first rose does end up going to Lena. Somehow she was still the top girl. And his second rose ends up going to Brianna, who is back in second place. And then it ends up being down to Stephanie and Eve. And this was a really hard decision for him to make, but ultimately he decided to keep Eve. And this is the second time that she's been in the last place but didn't have to go home, so that's something. And Stephanie is clearly upset by this because, you know, she's been here for a while now and she thought that they really made a connection, but ultimately it was not good enough to keep her around for the next week. So they all say goodbye to Stephanie and Elliot does his toast like normal. So that's it for this episode. If you like this series, please let me know below. If you have any suggestions for the next Let's Play I should do, I would love to hear it. So thanks for watching, and that is The Bachelor, but make it The Sims. I'll see you next time.